Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We don't sound very enthusiastic this morning because we're still trying to wake up after that ball fest that we saw between Spain and Sweden, of course. So, of course, make sure like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, tell your family, tell your girlfriends, the drill. Let's get straight into it and let's talk about what the hell happened.
Let's do these.
So, why don't we talk about some fun stuff first, eh? And let's talk about you, Flo, and your boy, your big boy there, Patrik Schick.
Yeah, horrible. The whole season he's not scoring, and out of a sudden playing against one of my favorite teams, Scotland, he's putting out a wonder strike. I don't know where he got that from, but fair enough. Two very good goals, and he made the difference yesterday. But still, I had to honor my Scottish team by wearing this jersey today, this morning, until I switch it to a German jersey later on the day.
Chris, what did you think of Patrik Schick?
I did the prediction for us yesterday shortly on the social media, the mad channels, didn't I? And I did say that Schick was going to be the danger man, and the biggest threat that he had was aerially, which he proved with the first goal, which he perfect striker's header. Like, it was an outstanding header. That I thought he just did really, really well to get himself up and amongst it. It was a nuisance anyway for the entire game up until the point of the second goal. And that second goal, I mean, that's one of them. Someone hits a strike that sweet. The way it swerved round, you keep
So
never has that been used at a better time than that second Schick goal. It was outstanding. It was outstanding. Have you seen the view from behind the goal of when it swerved round? Oh,
yeah.
Peach. He'll never score a better goal in his career ever.
Nope.
No, he won't. But then, how does that leave Scotland? Their next game, of course, against England, Devo.
In a mess. It leaves them in a mess. And I felt Steve Clarke got his selection wrong. When Che Adams wasn't in the lineup, I thought, well, Che Adams is probably your best attacker in terms of, being a nuisance, technical ability. Landon Dykes is, he's a big target man and that, but you need someone who's going to want the danger running in behind. And I think Scotland was all on one side of the pitch, left side. That was where all the threat was coming from. And once, Czech Republic figured it out and Soufal started pushing Robertson back, it was easy for the Czech, really. I mean, there was one or two shots that they had, pop shots and stuff, got into some decent areas, but they didn't have that quality in the final third. And now they're in trouble because this was the game. Win this, you're probably going to go through. Can't see him picking up 3 points against England. Can't see him picking up 3 points against Croatia.
No.
So it's not looking good for the Scots.
It isn't looking good at all. It's not looking good for them. We'll see how they get on. Maybe the passion playing against their next door neighbours might be able to invigorate them somewhat. I can't see it happening though, but let's be real. Let's go to the game that succeeded that, which was Poland against Slovakia. Now, my prediction in this on the MADs wasn't yesterday, of course, was that it was going to be tight, and I couldn't really see how Poland would be able to get something out of it. But I felt that Poland played quite well at times, but didn't really have much. Well, they've got the end product in Lewandowski, but they didn't have the person to make something happen. Yeah, exactly. So we'll go to you then, Devo, on that first. That's surely where it went wrong.
Yeah, I felt like they didn't get him the ball in the areas where he needs to have the ball. He started to drop deep a little bit and was trying to create chances for others. That's not what we want from Lewandowski. You want him on the end of things. I think Slovakia defended well. Poland didn't really have much of a clue in the first half. I think Slovakia defended well and countered really well. That first goal was a brilliant bit of play from Mac, and it's unfortunate that it's not going down as his goal.
Oh yeah,
because he did everything right there. But I felt when Poland came out second half and they came out literally just straight out of a cannon second half, I thought, right, this is going to be a long 45 minutes for Slovakia. And then Krkowiak got himself sent off a silly booking. And from there, it was only going to be one winner.
Yeah, indeed. That was the definition, Chris, of rocket up the arse at half time.
I think so, yeah. And I think a lot of it, though, has to be credited to the fact that Slovakia they were still in the changing room. It was a sheer definition of still in the changing room. They just hit them so fast and so hard And it was a good second half. They recovered well, Slovakia, because it threatened for the first 10 minutes of that second half to be a Poland whitewash. We're going to get a second and a third and go on from there. But they recovered well. The referee killed the game, though. I thought it was a very harsh red card. I think he could have let the challenge go. I don't know what you guys think about that. I think he could have let that go. I don't think he should have sent him off for a second booking.
I think there were quite a few, though, didn't he? Before he got the first booking, I think there was 2 fouls he had before that. And then he got the first booking. I think the referee was like, right, I've let you off a couple of bookings already. I'm going to give you a booking for this. So I think he made himself known to the referee a bit too much.
Ref Gav is going to come in on that. And the reason why, for me, I can't drag myself over for some reason. There we go. That's a joy of a touchscreen. Use your screen instead of the mouse mat. Yeah, we used to give it the. Well, it's the case of persistent infringement. So as soon as you get a couple of opportunities, or a couple of bites at the cherry, if you want to call it, you go through the 3 Bs. The first one is booking, a bollocking, then a booking, then bath being set up an early bath. So they're the 3 stages, and he went through that. And when you're on a yellow card already, don't give the referee a decision to make. That's all. That's what I'll say to that. Flo, let's talk about that winning goal from Martin Skriniar. He's a centre half. Why is he shooting like that?
Yeah, you've taken my point already. I was very surprised seeing that goal. I mean, I would have expected after a set piece maybe a header from Skriniar, but not a goal like this. But yeah, like a good tournament, it's full of surprises. This is what I love about Euros. I mean, take a look back at Robert Mark. He was just an average player. He played in Nuremberg, I believe, in Germany, so no one was even noticing him. And all of a sudden, he's scoring that pretty nice goal and has a stage. And now Skriniar has a stage to show his skill moves. And let's see if we see more of that.
Yeah, indeed. And let's talk about the final game of the group. We'll stay with you to start off with, Flo. The game that, I don't know, people were expecting some niceties to come in from Spain, but that was the issue. They were just too nice. Yeah,
first of all, Sweden was very good in defending from my point of view. Well, of course, Spain had some chances, but that's the way Sweden plays and how they came to the quarterfinals in the World Cup. So from my point of view, I don't have a problem with Sweden playing like this. And Spain, to be honest, with a decent defender or with a defender in form, they would have won that game. Morata chance in the first half. Also, who had the big heading chance in the second half, just a couple of minutes before the final whistle, when Olsen made a great save. And one good striker, we said backstage before the show, like Fernando Torres in his prime or something, or David Villa, back in the days, 2010, would have scored that goal, 1-0 for Spain, finish and grab those 3 points, and it's okay. But so,
Chris, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, the less said, the better. Right? It just wasn't a good game of football. Do you know what? Sweden applied themselves well. They had a game plan from the off, and they've done what they set out to do. A point against Spain is a good point for Sweden. I can't say it any better than you said it there, Flo. If they had a world class, like a top class striker like they've had in the past, I mean, even before Spain had all of the success, 10 to 12 years ago, even in the 90s, the likes of Morientes and Raul and players like that we were talking about before, they need someone like that up top. Morata is not going to cut it. Even players like Olmo are just not going to cut it. They don't have that lethal finishing, cutting edge in and around the box. I think they're really going to struggle after this Spain. I think they're going to have a tough game against the other 2 teams in the group as well. It's a big 2 points loss for me. They needed to win this game and get off to a good start.
Devo, I feel that the game against Poland is going to be the key one, and if I need to double check actually when they play, is it Poland next? So double check that. Yeah, it is Poland next that they play. Without Krychowiak, is that going to make it easier for Spain?
Well, I mean, in a way, it's probably better that they are playing Poland next, because Poland have no points on the board. So Poland have to do something in this game, which might play into Spain's hands. They won't be able to play like Sweden did and just sit back and defend. If they were playing Slovakia next, then it might be tricky for Spain, because obviously Slovakia have 3 points. All they need is a point and they're through. So I think that this actually worked in their favour, having Poland next. And I think they have to change things. They cannot go in that Poland game and have the same patient build-up to the point where you're in and around the box, you're not having a shot, you're not even trying to change it at all. It's just literally let them have the flanks, put some crosses in, we'll clear it. I was very, very disappointed with that Spain performance. And I feel like they need to do a lot more against Poland. But Poland are going to be fighting for their lives. So they can't be too gung-ho, because Lewandowski gets a chance, that's 1-0. All of a sudden Poland are now sitting back.
Yeah, I feel that. Now, it looks like everybody's going to be at work tomorrow and doing a full day's work tomorrow, later on today. Sorry, that Spain game is just, I don't even know what day it is anymore. It just bored the living crap out of me last night. So, yes, later on today, people can go to work and just crack on with the rest of their day, because the 2 games that we have are Hungary versus Portugal, and then the big one at 8 o'clock in Munich at Die Stadion, not the Allianz, because Allianz are not a sponsor of UEFA, which is sad. So it is going to be in Germany, France versus Germany. That is the big one. We'll have a quick score prediction on the Hungary-Portugal game. Chris?
2-0 Portugal.
2-0 Portugal. Devo?
1-0 Portugal.
Flozif?
With Devo, cheeky 1-0 for Portugal.
I'm going 3-0 Portugal. And then, France versus Germany. That is the big one. We've got 2 minutes left of the show. 30 seconds to you first, Devo.
I hope to God that there's no dodgy refereeing decisions that ruin this game early doors. And I hope that both teams come out to actually win this and put their stamp on the tournament and not think we can't lose. I just hope that it's an entertaining game with some of the best players on the planet, and they will turn up. And I reckon it's going to be 2-1 Germany.
2-1 Germany. I'll tell you what, as it's Germany playing, I'll go to you last. So, Christoph, 30 seconds, go.
No pressure. I think you're going to see a theme in this Euros. I think Sterling's not had a great season, but he turned up for England the other day. I think Schick's not had a great season in the Bundesliga, but he turned up for the Czech Republic today. Werner's not had a great season for Chelsea on the goal front. I think he's going to turn up for Germany in a big way. I think you're going to see an upset. I think Germany are going to do him 2-1.
Why? And I'm intrigued to see what's going to be happening with who's going to be playing up top for France. And I'm really hoping that Ollie G does get the nod so he can start knocking it down and start spraying the ball around. But I'm a massive closet German, so I am going with a Germany victory. And I'm going to go 2-1 to the Deutschland. Flozif, close us out.
Yeah, I love your opinions, and I would love if it happens like that. But I say it's going to be 1-1, but Germany taking the lead and not being able to perform in a good way like they will start. I said they have a good start, a decent start, score the first goal, and maybe get the equalizer sometimes later. But I don't expect them to win. But I expect a good game.
1 apiece he's going with. So yes, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Of course, big up to the whole of the panel here. Our socials are going along the bottom of the screen at MAD Sports Network, at WeAre4N1T, at LeBoron_tweets, at GavMat23, at DevoLDN. See you all later. Much love. Ta-ra.